It's very interesting. I'll obviously be 3-betting, if not 4-betting. Against Griffey again, this is kind of close. Because of Sid so far, yeah, I am gonna 3-bet. I probably should have 3-bet smaller, actually. It's mostly because Sid's in position to me. My hand obviously can call a 3-bet, cold from Sid, but I kind of want this hand heads up, even though it does play much better on multi-way. It really doesn't matter which way the hand goes, so I think there's a lot of options. I just think I win a lot more when I 3-bet in position at the stack depth. And I'm actually going to 3-bet him again, because he clearly shows that his range is loose. We flop really good here because I have an awesome hand, obviously, but because like basically any pair has a lot of equity against me, I kind of prefer just potting it. I don't think I really want to induce my particular hand. When it comes down to the end of the day, I do have a really good draw, but I kind of just want him to go away. And yeah, obviously I'm not doing very good against that. But, you know, I can always get there. But I do not. But, basically there's no point inducing there. And I'll obviously be 3-betting him again. But, that's really interesting. Griffey bet that flop. That's so weird. I'll definitely be 3-betting. Not really a point in flatting. No one 3-bets, and my hand plays much better heads up. It obviously plays fine multi-way, and it can look like I'm tilting, so Poker Dud might stick it in here later, but he doesn't 4-bet anything else but aces. And we flop really well, so that's cool. So against this particular villain, I think I'm just going to bet something a little bit on the larger side than my normal sizing, like 19. It doesn't really matter. He's either going with it or not, so I kind of prefer betting larger. If I bet like really small, I think he's just going to react to the same, so I should make my betting size a little bit larger. And I don't think he's really going to turn his hand to a bluff if he has air, so there's not a whole lot of value in that. This is actually a pretty interesting spot though against Sid. Because my hand plays kind of mediocre against a 4-bet, I am just going to flat. And I don't mind if other players come along. My hand plays amazing in a multi-way pot. And that's kind of interesting. Huh. So, obviously I'm at least calling. I don't think raising accomplishes that much. If I raised, I would actually raise fold, and I'm not sure I would want to do that. But the fact that Sid instantly raises is just really bizarre, especially for that sizing. I'm actually a little bit afraid, not a little bit afraid, but I think it's definitely likely he could have the best hand. And so, at this point, I think he loves his hand, and I have too much equity to fold. But I don't think shoving's going to accomplish too much, and if anything, I want S&M to fold. But it's really hard to say, because he does barrel a shit ton. But I think I would prefer just calling and giving myself a better price when I am behind. That's really awkward. So, he obviously didn't have his hand. Now here's the real question, can I call if I give him exactly 2-3? Because I don't think he ever has like a better mate hand besides exactly the straight. Let me think here. I have 8. Yeah, I have too much equity. That's a really easy decision. Let me just prove it though. Yeah, way too much equity. I forgot I had 2 pair for some reason. But that's pretty much always 2-3 once that happens. That's obviously the downside to calling the flop, is that he calls with a weird rap. But anyway, what was my point there? That's really interesting that Sid bet there twice. He's way too aggressive in my opinion in some spots. I actually know Sid very well, but I really dislike his play there if he's bet folding turn, especially when that guy's range is super face up as 2-3. But anyway, so I made some folds, I think, while that pretty interesting hand was going down. That's still really bizarre. and Griffey's still betting super large, regardless of the board texture.